Hi guys, welcome to day 5 of your yoga challenge. And happy Friday if you're doing this on a Friday with us. So today, something a little different. It's going to be about a 20 to 25 minute practice. And we're going to focus on strength and conditioning today. So yoga, we usually think about stretching, being flexible, that kind of thing. But there is a lot of strength that goes into yoga practice. And it's really good to have that balance between strength and flexibility. So we want to make sure we're incorporating that into our practice as well. So today, grab a block or a foam roller or a stack of books. You are going to need this today. So if you need a pause and grab that, go ahead and do that right now. And we're going to work on strengthening the hips. So all different ranges of motion within the hips. So everything from external to internal rotation. We'll work on abduction, adduction, and flexation as well. So lubricate those hip joints. It'll help protect us as we age, all the good things in the hips. So we're going to get right into it today. I'm going to start us in a tabletop position. And we're just going to move through a couple of cat-cows here. So as we inhale, let the belly fall, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin. Inhale, cow pose, look up. And exhale, round. Okay, come back to a flat back. And then we're going to start to make some movements with the body. So we're going to roll forward and back. So make sure you roll those hips. Okay, and then go the other direction. Just gentle movement, starting to wake up that body. Maybe the first time we've moved today. Okay. And then we're going to move side to side. So think about creating a crescent shape, half moon. And we're going to bend the body to the right. And then we're going to bend the body to the left. And right. And left. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good, and then come through center here. And then let's widen the knees and find a child's pose. So press the hips to the heels, reach the arms forward. 3 breaths. One more breath. Okay, and then come forward to a tabletop and just roll over onto your left side to start here. I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to do next. Okay, so our first hip strengthening exercise is going to be working on the external rotation of the hips. So come to your left side. Come down onto the forearm. We're going to bend the right knee, plant the foot on the mat. And then bring the left knee out to your side so that you're creating this parallel line with the top of your mat. And then keep the knee bent here. Okay. We're going to keep the left knee on the mat. And then we're slowly gonna flex the foot and start to lift the leg up off the mat. And then we'll slowly bring it down. And then bring it up. Good. So as much as you can, try to keep that knee down. Sometimes I even like to keep my hand here, just so I can tell. So we don't want to lift up here. We're trying to press down. We're going to do about 10 more of these. Good. Keeping that foot flexed. Good. So you should start to feel that core start to engage here. And the hips starting to work. Good. And keep a little lift up out of the shoulder. We'll do one more. Okay. So if you want to stay and keep doing this, you can. We're going to try something different. So go ahead and lift that leg up off the mat. And then point the shin upward. So you'll see that my toes start to point up. From here, we're going to extend the leg out long. And then turn that shin down and draw the leg back in. Good. Two more. Shin lifts up. Reach the leg long. Point it down. Draw it back in. One more. Extend and draw it back in. Good. We'll do the other direction. So point down this time. Extend. Turn that shin up and draw it in. Good. Point down. Draw it out. Good. Point up. Draw it in. Last one. Down. And up. And up. And in. Good. Go ahead and bring that leg down. And we'll come to the other side. So we're working on really tiny movements in the muscle. We're going to come onto the right side, onto your right forearm. Bend the left leg here. And then that right leg bends out to the side. Flex the foot. And 10 times. We're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. So your rotation might look different than mine. Different than your friend who's doing this with you. It's going to look different for every single body. And it might look different side to side. That's okay. And so if you're feeling frustrated, if your foot's not coming up that high, it's totally fine. That's why we do these. So you can repeat this. You can do this over time. See how it changes. Let's do one more. Okay. Keep that leg lifted up, knee down. Good. Spin the shin. Shin and toes spin up. Extend the leg out. Shin and toes spin down. Extend that leg back. Good. Up, out, down, in. Up, out, down, in. Switch directions. Shin spins down, out, up, in. Good. Check in with the knee. Down, out, up, in, down, out, up, in. Good. Lower that leg down. Let's come up here for a second. Good. And I'm going to extend my legs out long. I'm going to give them a little shake. And we'll take a forward fold. So reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good. So it's probably going to feel really good to straighten out those legs as much as you can here. Keep the spine long. Take 3 breaths. Okay, go ahead and lift back up. Okay. We're going to stay on this right side, and you're going to grab your block or that stack of books that you pulled. Okay, we're gonna do internal rotation this time. So we're rotating the hips in the opposite direction. For this one, we're gonna have the left leg long. You're gonna come down a little bit more. Let me adjust here. Okay. You're gonna rest your head in your left arm. Sorry. I was just kidding. We're gonna bring the right leg long. You're gonna be on your right hip. The block is gonna be off to your right side. And then you're gonna place your left knee on top of your block or your book. If you're using a block, medium height here, a book, this is about the height of my hand. So from my hand to my wrist is where you want to be. So you want that knee right in line with where your hip is stacked. Okay, so from here, we're gonna keep this left knee bent. You're going to lift the leg up off the ground. And similar thing here, except we're rotating the opposite direction. So you're going to flex the foot and lift the left leg up, keeping that knee on the block. And then you're going to send it down and lift up and down. Good. Up and down. Okay, continue here about 10 more. And the trick is to keep your pelvis and your hips stable. So we don't want to rock over, we don't want to overextend. Only thing that's moving is that leg. Good, and you can put your hand on your hip here. Ooh. Okay. Couple more. Okay, your next one, come up to the top. So keep that leg lifted. From here, we're going to spin that shin up. Extend the leg out. Good. Shin down. Draw it in. Up. Out. Down. In. Good. So you might feel this as well in your shins. It's okay. Just breathe. So good for you. Okay, switch directions. So point it down, then up. Draw it in, down, up. Okay, again, that hip stays. All right, go ahead and bring it down. Extend that left leg long. Okay, and then from here, we're going to come up, lift up, and flip to our other side. Okay, just making sure I'm still on there. Okay, come on to that left forearm, left hip. You can rest your head down into your hand. Block out to the left side, and we're going to bring the right knee onto our block this time. Okay, left leg stays long. Core engaged again. Keep those hips stable. So when you squeeze in through your core, when you pull those lower abdominals in, this is going to help stabilize the whole center of your body. So lift that right leg up, flex the foot. Good. And then lift the knee up and down, up and down. Okay, so I'm a little bit more open on this side, so my leg's coming up pretty high. Again, this is going to look different for everyone. Keep that knee on the mat, keep the foot flexed. Lots to think about. Good. One more. Getting some pops. Feels good. Okay, from here, bring that knee up, or leg up. Shin points up and maybe extend out, down, in.
Continue, 2 more. Okay, draw it in, and then down, out, up, in, down, out, up, in. Took me a while to get this. I'm not very coordinated. So if you're not either, it's okay. We'll figure it out together. Okay, go ahead and bring that knee down. And we're going to lift back up here. Okay, so that was a lot on the shins. So we're actually going to come into a downward dog. So hands and knees, tuck the toes, press it back up. And I'm going to take a pedal of the feet left to right. So press one heel down, then the other. And then take about 3 breaths here. So anything you need, you can rock the hips out as well. Okay, from here, let's come back to our hands and knees. And then sit back on the heels for just a minute and we'll make our way to our next pose. Okay, from here, let's come back down onto our left hip. Gonna come back onto the forearm here. You can rest your head in your hand. Okay, so now we're gonna move to abduction and adduction of the hips. So right now, laying on my left side, you're gonna bend the knees and stack the hips on each other. I call this our Victoria's Secret pose. Okay, from here, this is gonna look very Pilates-ish, so hang in there with me. From here, we're gonna flex that top foot so the right leg is on top if you're following along. We're gonna lift the leg up so the entire leg comes up and then the entire leg comes down. So normally you might see kind of like this clamshell thing. We're not doing that. So we're lifting and lowering the entire leg. Good. So keep that core in tight. You might even find a little bit of space in between the ground here and your core. So a little bit of lift, but we want to keep these hips super stable. Couple more. So this is going to be outer hip, really. Okay, and then from here, go ahead and lift that leg back up. Keep the leg lifted. Point the toes up towards the sky so that heel comes higher than the knee. And then from here, we're going to extend out and in, out and in, out and in. So you'll notice that whole thigh is turning inward a little bit. Keep that heel above the knee. 2 more. Okay, go ahead and lower back down. Nice job. We're going to come to the other side. Onto our right side, go and rest your hand or head in your hand. Stack those knees. Flex the top foot. And then inhale, lift leg up. Bring it back down. Lift and lower. So now as you lift and lower, keep that hip, that pelvis stable. So we're not opening up. Good. So really slow movements to find that hip strength. Good. Core and tight. So if you're familiar with yoga, if you've been practicing a while, maybe you're new, but you might begin to start thinking about how these movements work into our practice. So tomorrow, we're going to do some of that. Good. So keep these movements in mind. One more. Holy moly, whose hips are on fire? Okay, so keep that lifted. Point the heel up, extend out, and in, out, and in, out, and let's do 2 more. You got it. Okay. Draw it back down. All right, from here, let's go ahead and come up to seated. Okay. I'm going to bring my legs out wide. Take a nice little forward fold. So reach up through center. Exhale, just fold straight on down. Take 3 breaths. Just lengthen the legs back out, the knees. They've been bent for a while. Okay, go ahead and lift back up. And then we're going to do my most favorite posture here. So we're going to come back to, I'm trying to think what leg would be better for us to do first. Let's come back to our left side. Okay, this is going to feel a little funky. Hang with me. We're going to cross the right foot over the left. So your top leg is coming over your bottom leg. Plant your foot on the ground as much as you can here. So you can either be up here on the forearm, or you can come back to resting your head in the palm of your hand. My light just went out, so I hope this is enough light for you guys. Where were we? Okay, left leg. You're going to flex that left foot, so the bottom foot. And you're going to start to lift that left leg up off the mat and then bring it down. Good. Up and down. I'm actually going to come down. I think it's going to feel better for me. Good. So real slow. So that leg might not even come that far up off the mat. That's totally fine. Okay. This is amazing for your inner thighs as well. Good, but you should feel this on both the left and right side of your hips. Just seeing the difference here. Good. And this is probably one of the most overlooked muscle groups are our abductors. Okay, your next one, you can continue here, or you can keep that leg lifted, and you can bend the knee backwards, and then extend it forward. Bend, and straighten. Good, so as you bend and straighten, try to keep that left leg long. So instead of bringing, the leg forward and back, that leg, the thigh, stays where it is, and you're just bending at the knee. Let's do one more. Yeah, this one's tough. Okay, go ahead and bring it back down. And we're going to come on
to the other side. Okay, this time left leg is coming over the right. Plant that foot on the mat as much as you can. All right, right leg is going to lift this time, so flex the foot. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Good. All right. Hang with me. We're almost done here, guys. Okay. From here, go ahead and keep that right leg lifted. Keep the leg long. Good. So the only thing that's moving is the knee. We bend back. And then extend forward. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. One more. Ooh, guys. Okay. All right. Go ahead and bring it down from here. We're going to roll onto our bellies. Okay. And then downward dog. So press up, plank. Exhale, downward dog. So go ahead and take a pedal of the feet. Okay. From here, bend the knees, walk it forward. We're going to come back to our seated position and close with a few more stretches. So, good job today, guys. Lots of strengthening for our hips. From here, let's bend the right knee, and the shin is going to come parallel to the top of your mat. Left leg bends, and stack the left shin on top of the right. If that's too much for you today, you can bring the left shin in front of the right. But stacking as much as you can. Okay. I'm going to turn to this side so that I have some more space here. And then you're going to start to walk the hands backwards. Lift the chest, hug the shoulder blades together, and take 3 breaths. Go ahead and walk it back up, and then we'll walk it forward. Oh my. All right, you don't have to go very far. We're stretching those hips back out. All right, inhale, walk it back to center. Lengthen the legs back out, and then we'll switch sides. So the left leg is going to be on the bottom. Right shin comes on top of the left. Again, the right shin can be in front of the left if stacking feels a little too tight for you. And then we're going to walk it back. Lift the chest, 3 breaths. So as you lift the chest, you might notice that right knee comes down a little bit. That's great. That's what we want it to do. If it doesn't come down, also great. Just means you're a little tight. It's fine. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Walk it forward. Forward fold. 3 breaths. Okay, walk it back up to center. And then uncross the legs. Going to give them a little shake here. Okay. From here, we are going to lie down on our backs. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Take a breath in. Let's let the knees fall to the right. Find a twist. We'll draw that left knee down. Stretch through that outer left hip as well. You might even want to extend. I don't know if I'm off camera here, but you might want to extend the left leg long. That might feel really nice. And then inhale, come to center. And let the knees fall to the left. Again, I don't have space, but you can extend that right leg long out to your right side. Inhale, come to center. Hug it in one more time. And then exhale, Shavasana. Legs long, arms by the side. Okay, stay here. Maybe shut the eyes down. Notice your hips. Do they feel different than when you started our practice today? Maybe you notice when you start to move again. And just experience that feeling. Just these hips laying in this neutral position. No effort, no work, but thanking yourself for putting in the work today. Okay, if you are staying in Shavasana, please feel free. Let this video play out. Otherwise, I will close this down in a seated posture. So inhale, let's reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Take a breath in. And then we bow forward. Namaste. All right, thank you, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.